Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy Legend 2, the 4 Monster Party Challenge. Last episode we played detective and helped Hana avenge her father, who was killed by Echigoya, a gangster who's smuggling bananas into this world. But it turns out that Echigoya was basically funded by Sho-gun, the leader of this world. And being the leader of this world, Hana, the detective, was like, well, I don't have jurisdiction over him, there's nothing I can do. But her friend Taro is a samurai, and more importantly, he's a guardian, and his life goal, just like how our father's was to protect magi from being abused. So he does not respect the Shogun because the Shogun is, going to abuse magi. So Taro joins us, and he says, let's go put an end to the Shogun. So here we run into these guards here. Sometimes you can run into 3 enemies here. It'll be a stone man, a knight, and a ninja. We got lucky here and then just don't have to worry about ninjas. If you have a ninja, you can always attack them with Taro's Muramus. Like I said, that can instantly kill them. But our monsters are pretty strong enough to take them out on their own. We still want to, though, save our wall usages for the boss at the end. So just with your 2 nymphs there, just or your fairies, just have them use their lightning or ice spells. So as Taro said earlier, Shogun is kind of dumb. Another townsperson said that as well. So there may actually be another person actually behind this whole magi gathering operation. But we'll see. But until it's going to be a while until we get there, because once we get into the castle here, Taro is going to tell us that the castle in Edo is very, very large. Yep, better get ready for a long walk. So we will do that long walk. Luckily, we can run from all the enemies, except for starting on the 5th floor, you can run into variations of the guard fight, and because the guard fight there is a mini boss, you won't be able to run from those fights. Luckily, we don't encounter any, but you can start running into knights, ninjas, stone men, ninjas. Basically, if you run into a variety of those 3 enemies, you can't run from it. Like I said, they start appearing on the 5th floor. So we have some time. Anything else that we can kind of run away from? Taro has some good agility, plus it's boosted by that the speed potions that we gave him. So even though, like I said, you get a penalty when you have a 5th party member for running, his agility is high enough that we still should be able to run without getting stopped. Gauntlet. Body, we will use that on another crutch character that we get. We get 1 more crutch character left. Well, 2 actually, but only 1 you can really give stat items to. The final crutch character will be maxed out. Stats max out at 99, but you can actually get them higher. They only display up to 99. Hit points display up to 999. But potions give you +3 to a stat. Body potions give you plus 40 hit points. So theoretically, you can get to 998 hit points, then use a body potion, and you'll end up with 1,038. It'll still display as 999, but when in actuality, you'll actually have that amount. Same thing with the stats. You get a stat up to 98, and then you can use a stat potion on it and get it up to 102, although it'll only say 102, although it'll only say 99. So here's the Shogun. We're gonna grab this agility, the samurai bow, really good for agility. Shogun, I'm here to take your life. Wow, help, help! And the Shogun, he's pretty easy. We can just use that Aegis shield. His main thing that he does is he casts a riddle spell, and that confuses your characters. But with the Aegis shield, you have protection from everything, and riddle has low whatchamacallit, low hit rate anyway. So yeah, Sho-gun, pretty easy. But you learn that Sho-gun is not really the master. His father, the magnate, is. Daddy, help me. You messed it up. You're of no use to me. Disappear. And he gets rid of his own son. What a bad guy. Here, come this way. And here's a unique enemy. There's these 2 dolphin statues on the edge here. They never drop meat, but they're considered a high-level monster, so you can actually pick up really good abilities with your mutants if you have them in your party. Mutant abilities are based on the level of the monster you fight. So, yeah, too bad they don't drop meat. Monsters go up to level 9 that you fight, but there's level 10 monsters you get by beating these mini-bosses. But you can only get 2 level 10 monsters because there's only 2 of those mini-bosses. So, Dolphin, like I said, you don't have to fight this, but like I said, you're doing like 100% and you want to show up, like get the whole bestiary and show every enemy off. This is the only time you can actually fight these guys here in the castle. And the Dolphin fell, but like I said, we don't really get any rewards for it. And here is the Magnate. Now, Magnate is pretty tough. He's one of the reasons why we want to boost up Taro. But even then, it can still be a little bit of a luck-based fight. Oh, my son was useless. But I still have some luck. You brought me the Magi. And one of the moves you can use is a Tornado. And the Tornado will bypass the Aegis Shield resistance. But a lot of times he just does single attacks with like a Katana or elemental attacks there. So the barrier that the Aegis put up will protect from all his elemental spells. Aegis will basically protect if he does like a Katana against Flapjack. Taro likes doing some decent damage for that. Muramus, even though Magnate is not considered a human, even though he is a human, you don't get that special damage. If you notice, when he hits Sho-gun, instead of hit the weakness of Sho-gun, this guy gets to make him a little harder. They took away that weakness. But he's being pretty nice. Sometimes you can bypass the Aegis as well with he has a Vulcan, which is like a upgraded submachine gun. But that's only single target, so if worse comes to worse, you can always have Taro use his Cure spell. But as long as Magnate doesn't spam the Tornado, you should be able to take him out. But like I said, that's if he just decides to be mean, and then you're kind of stuck. But he has a lot of elemental resistances, so that's another reason why. That's the reason why I wanted to save our Wolves. Wool is like the Tornado non-elemental. And Magnate falls. And he doesn't really have a lot of Magi, but there's not a lot of Magi left for us to collect. We did it now, Taro. Well, Hannah. Tara, oh, I'm embarrassed. You two look great together. Good, go. 10 more Magi to go. Let's go. Yeah, only 10 more to go. And, well, before we go to the next world to collect some more Magi, let's just go back and we'll talk to the townsfolk and see how things have changed a little bit here. There's money for everything. Now, the next world that we're going to is kind of big, but you don't have to spend any time in it. There's no reason for us, actually, the monsters, technically, to go there, but I do have a reason. See ya. Good luck. My dad should be satisfied now. Other folks though don't say anything else. So just sell some of our items here because we want to have as many item slots as possible coming for the next world. The next world, if you've played this game before, or if you've seen my other playthrough with the Balance Party, the next world is the Nasty Dungeon. When you go to the Nasty Dungeon, there is the Magi's right at the beginning. It's the first treasure chest you went into. So you can just get the Magi and then leave. Like I said, our party has no use to go in because they can't use any of the items that they find in there. But I'm still going to go in there because at the end of the dungeon, the final 2 floors of the dungeon, we run into monsters that are level 8 monsters, which are monsters in the last world. So it'll give us a chance to update our monsters. Right now, we're basically at like level 6 monsters. There's going to be some level 7 monsters. in the next world. So we're going to be able to advance our monsters, make them a little bit stronger. Now, we are strong enough technically to defeat the next boss that we have to fight with this monsters, so there's no reason to, like I said, make your monsters a little stronger. But like I said, I have that obsessive compulsive, and I want to show all the treasure chests off, and there might be 1 or 2 treasures that I can technically use later for my crutch character. Save me from having to buy some stuff. The only thing we don't want to sell, like I said, we don't want to sell those potions, and we don't want to sell those Hakate boots. So most of these monsters, we're just going to say run away, but if you're having a healing party or a mutant party, this is a good place to gain stats. Weapons we haven't been using any weapons because we're monsters, but just like the monster abilities, weapons have durability. So you can kind of come in here, grab a weapon, use it up until it's all done, and then get a new weapon to replace it. So yeah, a lot of really good treasure here. Some unique items that you can't find anywhere else too. So I remember the first time I played this game and went through this dungeon, I was like, wow, this dungeon is like really, really short. It's supposed to be like really big and nasty. I'm like, I don't understand why it seems so short. There's a hidden wall on the 2nd floor, and if you, I just thought that was the end of the dungeon. Then one day I was just wandering around, building up stats, and I pressed over on the control pad and hit the wall, and I was like, oh my man, a whole bunch of new dungeon opened up. Now, one of the good things is, if you get, the dungeon gets too hard and you need to make a retreat from it, the magi that we picked up there at the beginning is called the Pegasus Magi. You can use that, go to your magi screen, select Pegasus to use it, and it basically will warp you to any town that you've been to. I'm actually going to use that because I don't have enough inventory space to clear out the dungeon in one go. And, I mean, I could just drop items, but I'm going to finish the game with, like, max money. It's just a weird thing that I like to do. Most when I do my, like, other play runs, like the last game, the hack I did, there's no reason for me to get, the max money. I maxed out experience way before I did max money, but, I was like, I, just satisfies my, sense of compulsiveness. I just, like, wanted to do it, so... I'll be warping out of the dungeon to sell all the equipment when I get a full amount. But then I'll just, like I said, I'll off-screen warping out, and then I'll just come back and start where I left off. So usually I stop at the staircase, so it'll be easy to follow. Yeah, this is basically where I thought the dungeon end did, because when you head to the south here, you're going to see it basically runs into a dead end. Head down here. But if we walk over, it's actually a fake wall. So, the only time we ran into like fake walls before is like, but they always had a little door there to indicate that you had to, that there was somewhere you can enter. So, first few floors, a lot of potions that we're getting to raise stats, and then the next like 2 floors are basically items that we could have basically got like in the last world and off of Echigoya. So we'll get like tanks, volcans, missiles. Missiles are hit all; they hit every single enemy. It's like a wall attack, but probably not as strong as a wall attack. There's like 300 some damage. It's all enemies. They balance it though by only giving it 10 uses. Cat Claw. That's the best knight for agility. If you run in like a 4 robot party, usually you end up running like 2 strength robots, and the other ones would be like agility robots. And the Cat Claw is, like I said, the best knife for raising agility. That samurai bow that you got is a good for. You get another one in this dungeon. Is good for like groups. The samurai bow attacks an entire group. So you have the agility robots with the 2 samurai bows to take out large groups, and then there are 2 strength weapons that you can get that target groups. The Gungnir Spear, which is in this dungeon, and then the final dungeon, which isn't actually the final dungeon, they just call it the final dungeon, has the Excalibur sword. Excalibur is an interesting weapon in that it doesn't have a durability counter on it. The Gungnir is basically as powerful as Excalibur, but it only has a durability of 30. If you give it on a robot, it goes to 15, but you can always refresh it in an inn. And there's a boss that can also drop Excalibur, not Excalibur, the Gungnir Spear. With that boss, we would have wanted to drop something else other than the spear, because like I said, we have no use for items. But we won't see that boss for another 2 episodes. Although if you your party gets wiped out, you get a preview of that boss. So let's just head around here, grab all these treasures. Can't carry, so these are the last 2 treasure chests on this floor. So I'm just gonna look at stuff that I don't need. The crutch character that we're gonna get, we don't have to worry about building up their speed or their power. We mainly want to just focus on their magic. So that's why we kept the Hakate boots and the magic potions. So we can just drop those ones increasing speed and strength. Body we'll keep as well because it'll help increase survivability. Body's good on anybody. The last, that next crutch character we're going to get is, we're going to really just focus on their magic. So I can just drop those 2 things. And I will get to the next floor. And down these staircases. And like I said, now I'm going to use the Pegasus Magi to warp out to the first town. I just choose the first town because it's the first one on the list. You select to use Pegasus, and you can warp to any town. So I'm going to unload my inventory, and then I'll meet you back at that staircase in the next episode. So take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Have a good day. Bye.